Hello and welcome to the DFS underscore PhD show for today, the 3rd of November. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. They are giving away $100,000 for the NBA like every day, so got to have a look at it. Thursday Night Football, you guys know how I'm feeling, man. That was so tough. I thought you got Jalen Warren marked out at the 0.5 yard line. We got Ty J. Spears. Now, granted, not his fault. I know that was a missed throw, and it's not just him falling down for no reason, but still gets a target, falling towards the end zone, not on target. I mean, those two things differently, and I mean, legitimately, I was pretty happy. I only played two in the big tournament, but yeah, that was a pretty good look, 48-7 and a unique. That was really impressive. I'm happy with my number one there. I didn't even look at the 20 max I did for the $3 because everything was going so bad after those two things. So sorry about that, guys. But you guys saw it. I mean, there's really weird time. Well, it was only 2-1. It wasn't as big of it wasn't as close to the timeshare with Jalen Warren, and he had even bigger plays. So we got a little lucky there. My favorite play yesterday didn't pan out, although John Collins did smash. Alshar Thompson was a little dicier once we got news Duran was in. I kind of expected him to be out, thus the play. And Scotty Barnes, come on, man. He's like 28-8. Come on, just focus on one or another category. So I was a little disappointed with that. I still feel like with the juice we got on that was totally fine. And Collins 2-1 was ridiculous. So I put that all over the place and wound up cashing a partial. Definitely do insured picks when you're using the spicy boys, when like the 2-1s, because then your insured picks also get the spice or whatever, the 2-1 element. So like that's what I did again today. I don't think I put anything up in real life. Let me look at the Discord. I definitely did put something up here. Yeah, so for today I like Jokic to get a triple double. I think it's 50-50 and they give us some juice on it, so why not? Julius Randle, I think, is way more than 50-50. That's one of my favorites. And then Ben Simmons, a little bit of an injury concern, but he's averaging like 8-8. So I mean, he could get there any given day, in any category. So I like that if he's going to play. And if he's not going to play, then they're going to avoid the bet, right? So I mean, I was pretty confident with that one. I think I added one more double double that I liked. I forget. You can follow me on Pickett DFS underscore PhD in addition to joining our Discord. There's a number of ways to get these plays. I'm only going to put my favorite ones up here on the internet because people just tweet and act crazy. And if you're a serious bettor, you'll get in my Discord or you'll do whatever other thing and not just follow the Twitter's a nice place, or X or whatever it is. I'm never going to call it that, but people do react negatively. We got some thumbs down, by the way. So please do give us some thumbs up. We're getting a nice 50, 100 views on these videos. So let's get to 5 or 10 thumbs up, like buttons, and yeah. All right, let's get on to today's slate. Okay, so let me explain the news that I am expecting. Currently, I'm projecting all of the questionable guys in. So if we get news that some of the questionable guys are out, I mean, this is with Kyrie in. I'm still thinking about the player pool. I just don't think his price is attractive at 95.95. I don't think Curry's really in play. I don't think Doncic is in play with Jokic right there on this slate. But so aside from those plays, I've made some projection changes that mostly are all of what I get to for value. So let me explain. Portland's really shorthanded, and we're projecting. I just project Camara could push for 30 minutes. So that's what I'm doing here. Is I'm saying, hey, I think 50% chance this game blows out, or even in a non-blowout, that Camara pushes for 30 minutes. And in that case, he's easily the best play on the slate. So Saberson naturally is projecting him, I think, for 20 minutes. So just, this is a situation where I have a disagreement with the rotations they're predicting, and I'm going to exploit it. 50%, I don't know, on a 7-gamer, that seems a bit high for, a real seat of my pants play. But no, yeah, okay, 28% of the field's getting there. Oh no, don't reset it to 100. But I'm not going to go lower than 50 just because I'm still not at double the field. So I don't feel too bad. Just like yesterday, we get killed with Hawkins, right? I got killed with Hawkins too. I was way over the field. I was like 65% Hawkins, and I was like, getting a little upset about it. And then I find out in high stakes he's 80%. So like really, even though it hurt me today, I wasn't even aggressive enough with the play that I was upset about. So my hedge won. I mean, I'm still positive yesterday, which was outrageous given Hawkins' performance, right? So, that's like going to happen, things like that on every slate. So Camara, maybe he doesn't get the 30 minutes and whatever, 50% of my lineups are dead. That's fine. I'm willing to take that chance on this slate. Yeah, let's see. Grant, yeah. So a lot of these plays are Portland plays that I don't think just we don't have the usages set without Scoot this year. We don't have the usages set, and so people are projecting them for something. I don't understand where the projections are coming from. We have Ben Simmons under projected for minutes. He's projected for like 32. I think 38 is reasonable. Shaden Sharpe, just another boost because I think he gets more usage in that offense, maybe a few more minutes. Giddy, I didn't understand that projection. I mean, I get it that Chet is here now, but with SGA out, Giddy should be getting at least a 10% boost, and I don't think 38 imputes a 10% boost, so I boosted him a little bit more. Marcus Smart, I think that was a level change thing because after I do my minutes projections and stuff for various people, then I go back and I make sure the levels are right, like that I don't have somebody slightly projected for more points than the other ones. And I think this bucket of Marcus Smart, Mitchell Robinson, Xavier Tillman, similar upside plays. So I put them in the same bucket. Same deal with Jalen Williams, Shaden Sharpe, same bucket today. Ben Simmons slightly below them. I think that's fine. These guys, Hero and Brogdon also in play. I have a couple forks or just one. I have one fork. I'm allowing $200 of salary, and I did a Robinson Hartenstein foul trouble fork because one of them I think is going to get there in a reasonably often optimal. So how much of each should I get to? Probably not that much yet. 25% is what I set the limit for Robinson. He's 11% owned. That's a stand on Robinson. And then I'm sure I have a stand on Hartenstein. Yeah, he's 0.5% owned. I'm going to have 15% Hartenstein because he's going to get, Mitchell Robinson going against Giannis, and y'all going to have Hartenstein 0.5% owned? Okay, sure. Do I think the odds of Mitchell Robinson getting in foul trouble is 0.6%? No, I think it's a bit higher. I think it's a bit higher than 0.6%. And when he goes off the floor, do I think you can go small ball against Giannis? No, I don't think you can. I think you have to have Hartenstein in there to bang. Now, granted, is that a great matchup for Hartenstein? No, but you guys know this kid. He's going to stand up. He's going to be involved in the offense. He's a great passer. He's like Yurtseven or any one of these other guys who could, Jokic. He's a really good passer at the top of the key. He's going to be involved in the offense. And I did not mean to compare Hartenstein to Jokic. It was a better comparison to Yurtseven or I guess Sengun. These guys have great passing ability. And so that's why I think it's okay. If he gets 20 minutes, 22 minutes, he's going to get 24 points on stupid rebounds, occasional putbacks. That's the way Hartenstein gets there. And he gets there every time. He puts a lot of points on the board. So for me, that's an easy play, easy 15% leverage in a 150 max, whatever. Because it's just not, there is good value today, but it's all kind of speculative value, right? Like your Tumani Camara. Coin flip. I don't really know. Is that going to pan out or not? Maybe. I think it's probably a pretty good option. But besides that, Hartenstein's the best value. And everything else up here is Grant. That's a little speculative. Richardson, that's kind of based on one game's minutes. We know Richardson's minutes go up and down. Also, he's shooting dependent a little bit. So 60%. Yeah, let's coin flip that as well. I don't really want a 60% Richardson, even as the best value on the slate without, adjustments. So yeah, I'll probably have to rerun later. That's no surprise at all. Camara and Brogdon, great. You know what? I don't need them to be 50% limited. Those are both fine plays. Camara, Brogdon at least. I can have Brogdon go up to 65, 70%. Yeah, Brogdon 70% I'm fine with. Same thing with Jeremy Grant. He shouldn't be limited to 60. So Brogdon and Jeremy Grant are like core. They're like just the combination of floor and ceiling for them. I think their optimal is just way up there today, like over 50% potentially. So that's why I'm going to definitely get there over 50%. I don't think it's necessary to get quite so much Camara. Let me see. Can I just do the thing where I say 3 min uniques and it fixes it? Yeah. Okay. No, it didn't fix it. Okay. What about 2 min uniques? And it fixes it? Sometimes that's a workaround. Doesn't look like it's a workaround today. What about 4 min uniques and it fixes it? No. What about 5 min uniques and it fixes it? This is also making it obviously a ridiculous pool, and you have to make sure you still like what's happening. But yeah, okay, now everything fits. So, obviously we're taking a lot more shots now, right? This is not, we're getting way further down on our lineups list. Like if we go down to the very bottom lineup of this list of dudes, it's going to be, the very last one. 5,334, which I don't know quite how we got to more than 5,000. We're supposed to be making 5,000 lineups, but this is the 5,334th best out of 5,000. So we're way down on the list, right? Some of these guys are definitely not really in play. Kobe White, kind of fringe. Jordan Poole at 0.3%. I mean, okay. So these lineups, like I say, if you set your settings correctly, even the very last place graded lineup in your 5,000 is acceptable, right? We've set it so that all of these lineups have 49.8 to 50,000. They're all correct salary. They're all correct stack exposures. Let me double check that. Yes, I never play with the stacks on NBA slates because it's just not that important. Games just don't go to overtime that much. And when they do, I don't know. It just feels like unless it's a short slate, there's no use planning out those eventualities. Unless you're maybe 150 maxing, then maybe it makes sense. But for me, I don't like game stacking. If I get there, it's by accident. 50% Memphis and Portland. You know why I'm game stacking it? Because there's good pieces on both sides. I'm not really game stacking it. I'm individually taking the pieces on their merits. That's what you do in NBA. You take the pieces on their individual merits every time. There's not correlations like you're thinking. Not necessarily. It's very, very, I don't know. Actually, 7Gamer, don't think we have a relevant comp, but we need to do more of a look back on these at the beginning. I understand that. I'm telling you, oh, you got to play 200 or whatever. That's based on a look back from the previous session. I should do that kind of look back here too. By the way, don't copy these lineups that are at the very bottom. These are the worst graded lineups, the lowest ROI lineups that I am considering. They are still in play, but I don't know, man. That Aaron Wiggins, there's a reason these are down there at the bottom of the lineups, right? I don't think I'm actually going to get to very many of these that are at the bottom, and I'm probably not even going to get to any that are at the top. Please do join us on the Discord, or make sure you have somebody giving you late news. Make sure you are getting notifications from underdog_NBA or whatever it is, that you can't be behind the news in NBA. You also, late swap's great. I did late swap yesterday as well. Didn't matter because Hawkins was there. But yeah, the late swap is a wonderful feature on SaberSim, and it'll build 10 options for every slot and compare them all and try to figure out, if there's been a big change. Like I had to do it the other day because Jalen Johnson was confirmed not starting or something. And so yeah, it's very helpful in those circumstances where you're just overwhelmed by the number of changes. I still like doing it for a subset. I'm still testing it out whether I can hand do it better. So like I'll have a few, I don't know, higher dollar ones where I'll hand do the pivots, and then I'll just see, did I do better or worse than the ones where I auto pivoted? So far, not consequential. All right. Oh yeah, I had one check of a chord IQ here today, just to let you know where some of these numbers came from. Yeah, I went to last year's usage with SGA out because I think people don't know quite what to do this year with SGA out. So anyway, I did go to that's how I got some of these numbers for like Giddey and Jalen Williams to 39 and stuff like that is based on their usage from last year. So it's not, I think that's a larger sample of roughly similar games. So obviously Chet is here now, fine. But I mean, there's other players who aren't here. I think it's roughly comparable. You can wait a little bit if you want. Obviously, it makes more sense to wait and wait until we have good data from this year with Chet there because he's good. But all right, that's all I got for today. So remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us.